What's up, guys? I miss you guys so much. As you can tell from the wall, I am home. I'm home from college. Yes, I'm officially a college sophomore now. I'm finally home. I'm so excited. The WNBA season starts like freaking next week. So excited, ready to make these videos for you guys. I missed you so much. It's so much happening just this week alone. From Epiphany Prince missing some of the first couple of games for the Sky to Becky Hammond breaking a finger? What? I'm so excited, guys. I'm just going to go ahead and jump right into this. It's WNBA season, and it's about to be a crazy one, guys. Let's go. Two things you need to know. Live access has pretty much doubled, nearly tripled kind of in the price. Live access is now $14.99. Oh, but if you're a returning customer, they give you a whole $2 off for like the next week and a half. Check your emails if you are a returning customer. I remember all the rants and the rage about the whole $5 thing, and the WNBA definitely heard about it, so now they decide to make it $14.99. To be honest, you guys, I'm so done with the WNBA and just making stupid decisions. All jokes aside, of course we're going to buy it. Like, all I know is if they seriously have the audacity to charge us $14.99 and still have that raggedy crap that they've had last season, all those games that we could not stream, all those green screens, all of the whole little rainbow things for no signal or whatever that was, it better not be none of that this year. Of course, it's like the WNBA needs money. I understand that, but bruh, you cannot just keep expecting people to pay these prices and have crappy quality. But okay, off of that, let's go ahead and dive into these teams. I'm going to start out with the East first because the West is so much more entertaining, and I'm so excited to talk about it. But if you don't want to listen to every single team, just look in the description below, and I'm going to have every single team, like what time that I start talking about them. And I'll have pictures up too like I normally do. Okay, let's talk about the Atlanta Dream. Let's talk about what they're lacking. Okay, you guys, if you don't know, Lindsey Harding is not a Dream anymore. She's actually a Spark. Yes, she is a Spark. Since I'm a Sparks fan, I'm so freaking happy. Yeah, she went over to the Spark, which was pretty much one of the biggest surprises of the year. Not necessarily a surprise that she was leaving, just a surprise that she chose the Sparks because they're already so loaded. I don't know what that starting line is going to look like. But anyways, back to the Dream. Atlanta Dream are missing Lindsey Harding. That is a big deal. And if you disagree, then you're a blind fan. You can say Angel McCoughtry is the star of Atlanta, but Lindsey Harding seriously carried that team. She's an insane offensive player. She's good on defense. She's a great passer. She was pretty much like the glue. Lord knows Angel's not the glue. Angel's just a crazy shooter. You know, she'll get you points, but Lord knows Angel's not the glue that keeps Atlanta Dream together, okay? Come on, people, let's not be stupid. Lindsey Harding's absence is going to hurt the Dream so much. It's not even going to be all on court. It's going to be off court. She's a great team leader, a veteran. Like, Dream are going to be hurting. After Harding's departure, they went ahead and acquired Jasmine Thomas from the Washington Mystics. Now, Jasmine's certainly not going to give you what Lindsey Harding gave you, of course, but she is still young. She has many more years to improve, but she is a point guard, and that's what the Dream needed. Honestly, not quite sure. Honestly, I think Jasmine Thomas's role is really just going to be pass the ball to Angel. That's pretty much what it's going to be. So if she can perfect that, then, you know, it's okay. The problem with the Dream, they just need, in order to even see the playoffs, they need to have all their players playing perfect every single game. You know, Angel's going to give you points. Dream got to get better on defense. I will say this, however. If Arminty Price, I believe she just got married, so her name is Harrington. If Arminty Harrington, it doesn't even sound right, but whatever. If Arminty Harrington can step up in everything, she's always good on defense. If she can give the Dream consistent offense, then the Dream will be okay. Then she will be okay. This goes along for Tiffany Hayes as well. If Tiffany Hayes if Tiffany Hayes and Arminty can both step up on offense, then it's a different ball game. But if both those players really just only do defense, it's really big, big trouble for the Dream. Really big trouble. I definitely don't have them getting anything higher than the 4th seed if they do go to the playoffs. This big smile comes from the Sparks. I am so excited for this season. There's so many things to be excited for about this season. You know, the new arrivals, you know, the Griner and Skylar, whatever. I'm so excited for these Sparks. Like, you guys know, it's not even, you can't even call it bias because, you know, the whole Lynx versus Sparks, you know, how crazy that series was if Candace would have got the goddamn ball. But anyways, it's just so crazy. You can always argue that Sparks and the Lynx are the top 2 teams, not including the whole Griner saga. We don't even know what Mercury's going to do with that. It doesn't matter. Sparks, right now, arguably have the best team. Arguably. Like, dude, just looking at their starting lineup, definitely Phoenix and Sparks have the best starting lineup. Dude, okay, you have Ace. No, you don't even need a freaking introduction. You have Candace Parker, okay? You have Nneka Agbumigbe, Rookie of the Year. Just how many freaking game-winning shots did she have for the Sparks as a rookie? What the hell? I'm so excited to see her improvement. You have Christy Tolliver. You know I am in love with that woman. So clutch. Like, I am in love with this Sparks team. Oh, excuse me, I'm not even done. You have Elena Beard. You have Lindsay Harding. It's like honestly the Sparks really didn't even need to be adding players. They had a really good team. Came down to the last second, you know, of the series, and they could have been on their way to the finals. Like, Sparks were already a good team, but now you just added Lindsay Harding, the glue for Atlanta Dream. It is just like, dude, I'm speechless. Like, when I look at, just go to Sparks, you know, website, and you know how every team has like their little banner before you get into the website. It's like, they just look unbeatable. Like, the picture looks unbeatable. And I know there's a lot of other teams that are a few teams, let's say a few, that are going to be doing the damn thing this season. But, man, I'm just so excited to watch the Sparks. Like, there's so many players that I really, really am looking forward to. I'm ready to see how they're gelling, you know. Christy Tolliver is a true shooting guard. Lord knows she's probably the clutchest player in the WNBA right now. But it's just like, she learned so quickly how to be a point guard. Her passes started to look like Tisha Penicheiro's passes. Like, she had the point guard slot down pat. It was just amazing how quickly she could go from the 2 guard to the 1 guard. Like, seriously. And then she would get like 6, 7 plus assists and then still kick out 25 plus points. Like, just her alone would be interesting to see. And then you get to see Candace next to her, Nneka Agbumigbe next to her, Elena Beard next to her, Lindsay Harding. Let's talk about the rookie that they picked up. Adia Mathis came from Kentucky. There's no way that you'd never heard of her because everyone watched the SEC tournament. She's a really, really great shooter. She's fast, really, really fast, good on defense. I think that she's going to be a perfect fit. Just having her coming off the bench, that gives Sparks that bench power that they needed in order to get past the Lynx. I'm just so excited. Like, you guys don't understand how excited I am. And now we're on to the San Antonio Silver Stars. I feel bad for this team. You know, Silver Stars are a team that you can't hate. You know, like, I'll take that back. I just got a flash of the whole Sophia Young shot in 2008 over the Sparks. No, guys, seriously though, I just feel bad when I think about the Silver Stars because, speaking of Sophia Young, she's sidelined with the ACL tear, not coming back. And then it's like the injuries just keep piling up. Becky Hammond just a few days ago broke her middle finger in practice, of all places. Yeah, they haven't released how many weeks or whatever she's gonna be out. I don't know if she's gonna do the Kobe system and tape that and then come back out. I have broken many fingers in my lifetime, all from basketball, and it's not a fun injury. Mainly I broke like my pointer finger, but they're all pretty much connected to each other. I just don't know how quickly she's going to be able to return. And then when she is playing, how quickly is she going to be able to get back to her old self. It was already looking really bad for Silver Stars, not just because Sophia Young, but just because of what all the other teams are doing. The Mercury making big moves, Sparks making big new moves, Lynx doing their thing. I just did not see Silver Stars really going to the playoffs. But I figured maybe they'd just, slide into the fourth. I figured that was a given considering Storm and Tulsa. But I don't know, you guys. Like, honestly, you guys, the only way that Silver Stars have a chance making it into the playoffs would be if Danielle Adams plays her game. And also Danielle Robinson. You guys know, if you follow me on Twitter, you guys know that I am in love with Danielle Robinson. I feel like so many people sleep on her. She's just a freaking firecracker. Like, she's so fast. She just seems to be getting better and better every single year. So I do take that back. I still do have Silver Stars in the playoffs because of Danielle Robinson. Because I feel like she's going to take on a lot of the responsibility that Sophia Young had. She's such a hustler. I feel like she's definitely going to get her points. I feel like her averages are going to go up across the chart. The problem right here now is just Danielle Adams. We need her to be consistent. She's a crazy shooter. Hopefully she's been, doing conditioning training because she needs to be a little bit faster. Everyone always talks about that. Danielle Adams and Danielle Robinson need to be on point, especially with this new Becky Hammond injury. Chicago. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and jump to Chicago Sky. I really do feel like Chicago and Atlanta will be the two teams butting heads at the end of the season. And that's why I need to highlight this. Epiphany Prince's absence could make or break the Chicago Sky's playoff chances. Now, if you guys aren't aware, yes, Epiphany Prince is going to miss about 7 games. She's expected to miss about 7 regular season games at the beginning of the season due to her commitments to the Russian national team. So, if she's missing like 7 to 10 games, that's a lot in the WNBA considering we only have a handful of games, If Atlanta Dream take care of business in the first part of the season and Chicago don't because they're missing so much of Epiphany Prince, that could seriously make or break their playoff chances, and that's a big deal. You guys all know Chicago's never really had that much luck going into the playoffs. I really do feel like this could be the year. I'm a little disappointed that Epiphany Prince, isn't going to play, but hopefully her team can step up for her. Elena Delle Donne is pretty much the only rookie that I know is going to have a great year. I know she's going to have a great year. She was born ready for the WNBA. Phenomenal player. I believe Skylar is not really going to be on her because she's a point guard. I feel like it's going to be more of her team finishing for her. She's going to have good passes and stuff like that. Griner has to learn the whole Phoenix system. She has to learn to run, She has to learn a lot. But I feel like Elena Delle Donne, she's just scoring. That is her game. She is going to be She's going to catch on really quickly to WNBA. She already had her first preseason game. I believe it was against the Liberty. She had like 17 points. She's killing. So, in order for the Sky to continue winning games in Epiphany Prince's absence, Elena Delle Donne is just going to have to do what she does best. And that's score, and that's dominate. Swin Cash. Remember last summer when everyone was like, oh, we have to crown Sky the champions of the East because Swin Cash came. And then you went throughout the season and you kind of realize, hey, no one gives a damn about Swin Cash. Ain't nobody talking about her. It's like, really, when's the last time you even heard about Swin Cash? Like, no one was talking about Swin Cash, which is insane, right? Swin Cash needs to do something. Okay, you go from being one of the best players in Seattle to what are you doing? Like, what is she doing with the Sky? I don't know. But this mediocre play, that's not even her game. She's a great player, phenomenal player. She balled out like the last All-Star game. She's a great player. She needs to step up. Like, I hate, like, it always gets me when, like, the good players, it's like, why are you playing so bad? You have so much talent. What is it, bruh? Talk to me. Let me know. What is it? Because at this point, it's all on her. She needs to find it herself. There's no excuse. She's a great player. She's a great shooter. Do the damn thing. Swin Cash, play for your team. Sky needs her. So I really, really, truly hope this is not going to be another mediocre year for her. Seriously. Because Sky needed it, especially when Epiphany Prince is not going to be there. Okay, the Minnesota Lynx preview is really going to be pretty small, honestly. Their team always stays intact. There's not that much movement going around. Probably more movement this year than last season. But let's just jump into it. Janelle McCarville, she's going to help the Minnesota Lynx out tremendously because they did lose Mama Taj. She finally is done. I don't really know if she announced her retirement, but she's not playing this season. She's actually on the New York Liberty's coaching staff. So, yeah, I think she's finally hanging up her hat and just putting on a little suit, you know. But, yeah, so Janelle McCarville's big body will definitely help them out. But more importantly, everyone knows they tried to call it a blockbuster trade. I'm not calling it a blockbuster trade. In my opinion, a blockbuster trade is more like Kobe and LeBron switch places, you know? Like, they needs to be big people in order for me to consider it a blockbuster trade. But that's just me. So, let's see. Candace Wiggins is no longer with the Lynx. She plays with the Tulsa Shock. Yeah, and the trade basically was like a whole bunch of players. Pretty much the Lynx got Janelle McCarville from the New York Liberty, and they're losing Candace Wiggins. What does that mean for the Lynx? Not that much. Like, no, I'm not gonna do Wiggins like that. She is a great shooter when she's on. Yeah, when she's not on, she's not helping the Lynx at all. She just shoots, you know. And she's a hype man. Yeah, there we go. So they're losing. They definitely are losing a spark of energy. I will say that. Candace Wiggins always comes out with a lot of energy. She tries to be, you know, really good on the defensive end, whether or not she's shooting well. She's still pretty good on the defense, and she brings them a lot of energy. So, yeah, they're losing that, but I mean, they're Lynx, you know. They still have Maya Moore. They still have Simone Augustus, you know. They still have Lindsay Whalen. It's okay. It's not the end of the world. But that's pretty much all that they're losing, guys. And Janelle McCarville, I know she's been playing really good overseas. So Lynx are in a great shape. They can easily be the number 1 team coming out of the West. They could be number 2. They could be number 3. Honestly, we all know. Here's the thing. We're all making speculations about how well the Mercury will do. But there's 2 things we know for a fact. Sparks are pretty much the same team. Lynx are pretty much the same team. We know for a fact that those 2 teams will be good this season. We're just assuming that the Phoenix Mercury are going to be good because of their roster. That's all that we're doing, is we're assuming. No one can disagree with what I just said. It is a fact that we are assuming that Phoenix is going to be the team to beat. We can't say that just looking at a piece of paper. Clearly. So like I said, Lynx are okay. There's nothing really new to report. They still have Maya Moore is pretty much all that they need. Well, I will say just one more thing, though. Rebecca Brunson and Amber Harris are going to have really good seasons this year, and that's definitely going to help the Lynx out a lot. Because not only can the Lynx hit you from the outside, but they're going to now be hitting you from the inside. Janelle McCarville, Rebecca Brunson. The Lynx are just going to be really good. There's nothing to worry about. They will be in the playoffs, definitely. So that's all that you need to know. Okay, Seattle Storm. They're pretty much in the same boat as the Silver Stars. No, I'm lying. They're in the worst boat. They are in a horrible mini lifeboat. Saver. Yeah. No, Seattle Storm, man. I'm sorry, Storm Crazies. You know, I've said that I respect you guys a lot, even though I don't like you guys. Because you guys are very dedicated. So I know that the stands will still be full. I know that you guys will still love your team, but you guys aren't doing anything this year. Storm aren't doing anything. And it's like they can't. They don't have the power. Sue Bird is out. She has an ACL tear. Good news though, her surgery did just go well a couple days ago or a week ago or whatever. And so she's in rehab now, but she's done for. Lauren Jackson is sitting out because she wants to get on top of her injuries and she wants to play for Australia. She wants to be in the next Olympics, yada, yada, yada. She plans to sit out this entire season. Seattle Storm don't have their two top players. They've been in this position before, mainly Lauren Jackson, though. Sue Bird's always there to pick up the slack, but it hasn't been going very well, clearly, because they haven't won anything important since Lauren Jackson left, you know. But they just need help. And they didn't make any trades. Well, I guess you can't really make that many trades if your top players are injured. But I don't know, you guys. Seattle Storm, I'm sorry, I don't know. No, you guys aren't going to the playoffs. I'm not trying to like rain on anybody's parade, but let's just be honest here. West is so packed, you guys. You have the Sparks, the Mercury, the Lynx, and then honestly, let's say this. The gate for the 4th slot is wide open. Silver Stars are going to fight. Like I said, the Daniels need to step up. If they do, then it's over. There's no room in the West for the 4th spot. But if they don't, Silver Stars, leave it open. I don't think that Seattle Storm will be the team to get in. I don't see it. I'm sorry, you guys. Looking at the roster, for a point guard, since Sue Bird is out, they went ahead and got Tamika Johnson. I've always liked Tamika Johnson's game ever since she was with the Sparks, and she traveled all around the world, and now she's with the Storm. She's definitely a passer. Sadly, there's not that many people to pass to on the Storm. It's not looking good. Shakina Strickland, my favorite college player. When she was in college, I went to every single game, every single SEC game. To see her. I love her. I always knew her weakness was leadership. She's a very shy and quiet person. Someone needs to step up and be the leader. I know Tina Thompson's going to step up and try to put that hat on. TJ's going to put that hat on. Shakina just needs to play her game. I don't feel like she's really settled into the WNBA yet, like her teammate Gloria Johnson, but Shakina needs to play her game. Hopefully this is the year for her. I still love her, even though she's a Storm. I still love her, and she can easily do it. So Storm Crazies, if that's one player that you have to look forward to, look for her to bloom finally. Okay, Connecticut Sun. Make this as short as possible. Now let me stop. Okay, Connecticut Sun didn't really do any moves in the offseason. Not too much. They got the player that I wanted for the Liberty. Honestly, Connecticut is looking really good right now. Connecticut has a great team. I cannot even front about that. Pretty much the same people coming back. Kelly Ferris is the perfect fit. Of course, she would have been a perfect fit for Bill Ambier's defense, but what are you going to do? Anyways, let me stop hating. I am jealous that you guys got Kelly Ferris because I wanted her on the Liberty, her defense. I'm not even going to go into a whole speech about Kelly Ferris. I am in love with that girl. I just think she is the player that you want on your team. The fact that Connecticut has her now, it's like, I don't know what to say. I don't know if I should go ahead and hand Connecticut the crown right now. That's the Eastern crown, not the whole crown, But no, I'm just not quite sure what I'm supposed to do. It's like Connecticut is just so stacked up. Tina Charles, reigning MVP. Tina Charles is Tina Charles. She's only getting better as she gets older, because she's still young. People will fail to remember that. If Kara Lawson decides to have another breakout year, because there was many games they would not have won without Kara Lawson. If she decides to have another breakout year, then it's over. Okay, Connecticut got the East. All right, if she decides to go back to what she was normally doing, then it's not over. All right. No, but another player that Connecticut needs to step up in order to actually do something will be Renee Montgomery. I love Renee Montgomery. She got benched the whole entire last season, replaced. I'm not sure what that's all about. Some coaches like to use good players for a spark plug. Example, Essence Carson. I'm not sure if the new coach is, going to put Renee back as a starter. I'm not really sure what that is, but she's definitely probably one of the best shooters that Connecticut has. But I do want to give a shout out to Misty Bass right now, because there's Misty Bass and Allison Hightower, because there was many games. That's probably why I was getting upset. All the star power that Connecticut has, and still they would not close out games unless Misty Bass came in there, did her little two steps and did her thing, and then Allison Hightower would bail them out. It's like you have this talented team, and then these two people are coming in and saving the day all the time. Connecticut just has a good starting lineup, a good bench. They're going to go far, definitely. They will be back in the playoffs, of course. I'm just so jealous that they have Kelly Ferris. I just feel like that's going to amp them up so much more. I don't know what to say. I'm very jealous. Connecticut is really good, and I'm just now seeing that they have Natasha Lacey. That just killed me inside. It's like, I hate when players I like goes to teams I don't like. Basically, Connecticut is going to be alright. They have a really good team. I'm excited to see just what they do in the playoffs, because you guys know I can sit here and just say, oh, they're going to the playoffs. They're such a good team, but we all know for some reason they suck in the playoffs. So I don't really think that firing a good coach is the problem, but whatever. New York Liberty. Am I about to be biased right now? Maybe. Liberty. Cappy. Okay, you guys. New York Liberty. There's so many ways that you can go with this review, but it's all speculation. So this is my speculation, okay? Everyone knows who Bill Laimbeer is. If you don't, I think you're probably like 10 years old or something. Bill Laimbeer is Bill Laimbeer. That's all we have to say, okay? We all remember what the Detroit Shock did, okay? Now, a lot of people are getting upset. A lot of New York fans are getting upset. A lot of people keep saying, this is the new shock, the new shock, the real shock. As a New York fan, I don't really see the problem. I don't understand why people are getting so bent out of shape for it. If people want to consider this the new shock, they have every right to, clearly, because it is Bill Laimbeer, A. B. Planet Pearson, C. Kara Braxton. Okay, like, there's so many shock players. Hello, guess who's back? Da-na-na. Sweetie. You guys have already seen my video about me freaking out. Sadly, Tweety's not going to be playing this season. I don't know if maybe she'll be able to play the playoff, but I know that she's already signed off to UMMC, Ekaterinburg in Russia, so she's already done with that. She already signed on the dotted line, so she cannot play for New York until next year, and then she'll be like 35 or so. But I don't care if she's 42 years old. I need to see her one last time in a WNBA jersey. So excited to see what the Liberty do. Mainly, of course, I am a Cappy Pondexter fan, and it's like, I feel like finally she has a team that's around her that I feel like is going to be the best for her, ever since leaving Phoenix. I'm really excited about that. All the players, like, Liberty are their whole entire team mindset is about to change. I'm so excited for that. It is clear that Bill Laimbeer is building defense, which is why everyone thought he was going to get Ferris, but whatever, we're not going to talk about that. I'm still a little upset about that. He did get some defensive players, though. Tamika Williams, if you're a UT fan, she is. She's been a great player. She had some injuries her junior year, I believe, to her knee. She's gotten better, and she's definitely going to make the team, make the training camp, all that kind of stuff. So we have her, and we have Kelsey Bone. She was our first pick, so number 5, yeah. She came from Texas A&M. She's going to be doing a good thing. And then we picked this girl named Tony Young. People, to play the race card, a lot of people are saying she's like the black Kelly Ferris. I ain't never heard of her, no. But I talked to her on Twitter. She seems really cool. I watched some highlights. She seems like, let's just say I trust Bill Laimbeer. She seems like a really nice scorer, and she's definitely a defensive player. So we'll see. And she actually dunked in training camp, so we'll see. She's actually not that tall. She's only 6'2", so clearly that indicates she has hops, and she's very athletic. So I'm just really excited. I'm nervous to see what Cheryl Ford is gonna do. It's like I know she's getting up there in age, but she's been killing overseas. I'm ready for Lynette Pearson to, take some people's heads off, man. And of course, I'm ready for Cappy Pondexter. Just do what Cappy Pondexter does, shout it. Cappy Pondexter, Cappy Pondexter, yeah, shout it. Okay, I'm just so excited. I keep forgetting about Katie Smith. Like, well, she's not gonna be doing anything, but she just needs to stand there on the 3-point line, get the ball, shoot. That's all you need to do. Don't move, shoot. Yeah, so I'm just excited, and I'm really excited to see Essence Carson bloom because I always felt like I forgot the last coach's name. I always felt like John Wisnett did not know how to play her right. Sometimes he would have her as a starter, sometimes a bench player. Oh, she's a spark plug. After that, she probably is still going to be coming off the bench because there's so many new players, but still, I feel like Bill Laimbeer is going to know exactly what to do with her because she's a defensive player first, and he loves that, and I love that. That's why I love Karkar. So I am just really excited to see what Bill Laimbeer has in store for Essence Carson. And now we have the Tulsa Shock. If you guys haven't heard, Liz Cambage is back in the WNBA. Yeah. After making it very clear that she only wanted one season in the WNBA just to try it out, and she was just going to play with her Australia team. She didn't want anything to do with the WNBA. Liz Cambage is back. But she did not make this statement until the Tulsa Shock got Skylar Diggins. Yeah. I already spoke my piece on this on the Twitter page and the Facebook page, and everyone agreed. It's just a little insulting that Liz Cambage feels like she was too good to be on the Tulsa team in the first place, but now that they have Skylar Diggins, she must have returned. But honestly, I can't even be upset with Liz because I need to really be upset with Tulsa Shock. I already don't respect Tulsa Shock just because of all the stupidness that they go through, with the whole Tweety situation and stuff like that. But it's like, you let this girl just walk back in after she's pretty much told you guys, I'm too good for you, I'm leaving, I'm back to my country. Like, they just let her walk in a matter of seconds. It's like, are you crazy? What? That is just crazy to me. And then it's kind of funny. I started laughing, so I was like, Skylar thought it was about to be all about her, and now she's going to have to share some of the spotlight with, Liz Cambage, and I don't know how I feel about this. Like, I just felt offended. I felt offended by Liz Cambage, basically wanting nothing to do with the WNBA. Now she thinks she has a better chance at what? I may ask, because, okay, let's be honest. Skylar Diggins, there's a lot of hype about her. I understand. But really, who really thinks that Tulsa's about to win a championship? Raise your hand if you think they're going to the playoffs, is the real question, because that's not even a given at all. You have the Mercury, the Lynx, and the Sparks. That's 3 teams. Like I said, the 4th spot is up to grabs, but it's not going to be up to grabs if Danielle Robinson and Danielle Adams play like they can. Silver Stars will be in the 4th seed. I don't understand what Liz Cambage thinks she's about to do. And there's the Twitter rumor, if you haven't heard, the only reason Liz Cambage came back is because she wants a stab at Brittany Griner. Because Liz Cambage was playing for the Chinese team, and Brittany Griner took her spot. And a lot of people are like, oh, Liz Cambage got upset. She wants to stab, at Brittany Griner in the WNBA. It's like, it's just a lot of craziness. Like, I don't know how I feel about Liz Cambage thinking she can just waltz right back into the WNBA. Never been a fan of her. I never got into that hype. Oh, number 2 draft pick. Man, it's just crazy because it's like the Shock never got. It's just crazy. Seriously, because it's not like she's about to stay for many, many more years. It's like, why do you keep playing with the Shock, the organization, the fans at that? I don't understand, guys. I really don't understand what she thinks the Shock are about to do. not happy about her return, but it is what it is. Moving on to someone, I don't want to say I'm excited to see her play, but I'm just excited to see what she can possibly bring to Tulsa. Of course, Skylar Diggins, you know I'm not in the whole hype. Skylar, slurp, 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 slurp. No, I'm not into the hype, but it's common sense. She is a great player. She's a great point guard. I'm ready to see what she's going to do with the Tulsa Shock. She's going to make all the other players better. I'm just ready to, honestly, I'm ready to see her and Glory Johnson, you know. Forget Liz Cambage, you know. She going to fumble the ball anyway. But I'm just ready to see her and Glory Johnson. I'm ready to see Skylar do the thing. And it's kind of nice that she has her best friend, you know, playing on her team. They're going to be both starters, her and Candace Wiggins. It's going to be a good fit. Candace Wiggins brings three-point, you know, shooting to the Tulsa Shock. I think that Candace Wiggins will probably have one of the best seasons she's had in a while, just because she's already in a comfortable position. You know, playing with the Minnesota Lynx, there's so many big key players. They get all the attention. You know, they get the ball first. She's lucky to even touch the ball in a possession. She's going to have the opportunity to truly shine. So she wants to shut the haters up and, you know, just prove it to herself, really. She needs to play the best she can. And I believe she will, because her and Skylar are best friends, Wiggins and Diggins. Destiny, yeah. I think that she's going to feel really, really comfortable playing with her best friend. So we'll see. And also, New York Liberty got rid of Nicole Powell. New York Liberty got rid of Nicole Powell. And, you have no clue what you're going to get with Nicole Powell. She could go over there and drop 30 freaking points every game. I would not be the one that's surprised. I'd be like pissed that she didn't do that for New York. But honestly, you never know what you're going to get from Nicole Powell. Maybe she'll feel more at ease playing with Tulsa. I honestly don't know. But I actually do think she's going to fit in better than when she was playing under John Wisniewski. I just really do think that Tulsa is going to play good. I really do. And honestly, I will, like I keep saying throughout the video, they could possibly be seeing playoff time. They could be in there at number 4. Again, if Silver Stars mess up, Tulsa Shock will be in the playoffs. So, you know, you never know who's going to be number 1 in the WNBA Western, but they're not going to get past there, but at least they get to see it, you know, like, I think that the Shock, I mean, personally, you have to be a real WNBA fan to remember this, but last season, despite their losing record, Tulsa was an exciting team to watch. They took the Sparks really, really close, and they finally got the upset, you know. They beat pretty good teams, and whenever they were losing to teams, it was only by a couple points. I mean, of course, they had some blowouts, but I always felt like Tulsa was a really fun team to watch. So now that they have better players, you know, Skylar dropping the ball everywhere, I think it's going to be a really interesting season for them. So if they can get to the playoffs, I think that's good, you know. And of course, my whole thing with the Skylar thing, I'm not hating, you know, on her. I'm actually really ecstatic to see what she does for the WNBA. Not like a fan of Skylar. I just know so many guys mainly are about to start watching the WNBA just for her. Hopefully they have a lot of Tulsa games on TV. Hopefully it's versus good teams. I don't know, but I don't know. I really feel like she's about, her and Brittany Garner both, they're going to bring the WNBA so much more exposure. So that's one thing I do have to say. I love Skylar for that. Second that she got drafted to the Tulsa Shock, she went on there and told, like, hey, follow TulsaShock.com. Follow me on Twitter. Like, she's bringing exposure. I love her as a marketing. I don't know what her major is, but I'm sure it's business marketing because she's a master at that game. Shout out to her. Shout out to Tulsa Shock. I think that it's going to be a really good season for them. And for their fans that stuck around when they only won 4 games a year, this season's dedicated to you. Get ready for the bandwagon. I'm so sick of seeing all these WNBA injuries. Indy Fever, I have so much going on right now. I have to look at the highlight reel to tell. Jessica Davenport is going to be out for the next 6 to 9 weeks with a stress fracture tear, man. Erin Phillips is going to be out for the next 6 to 9 weeks. Now, I don't even remember what she tore. Losing Jessica Davenport, you're losing your inside presence. That's not good. That's not good at all. Like, this whole season, it's killing me because the NBA season, it was fun, but it still sucked because of all the injuries. from Rose to Kobe, you know, like Kevin Love. I just really hope that the WNBA doesn't keep duplicating, doesn't keep copying the NBA. It's killing me. Indiana, you know, even if they had all their players back, everyone really didn't know how we felt about Indiana. Everyone knew that the reason why they won the championship was because the team was so hungry, and first of all, Catchings was hungry. I felt like the team definitely played for Catchings to get her finally a freaking ring, and that hunger is not there anymore, you know? That hunger's not there. I didn't really, I mean, I had Indiana going to the playoffs, but I didn't have them really far. And now with all these injuries, like I said, the East is going to be so based on what each team does in the beginning. 6 to 8 weeks in the WNBA is a big deal. And now they're losing little Aaron Phillips, who shoots, Davenport that's inside, and it's just crazy, man. Katie Douglas is back. I guess you can look forward to that. Catchings, hopefully she's going to have a better season than last. She had a really good season, but, you know, her numbers weren't as high as they normally were. Breon January really needs to step it up. I watched her at ASU, fell in love with her, you know. She can shoot much better than what she's been doing. She needs to step up. But of course, it could either make or break Indiana. The reason why the Pacers, the reason why the Fever did so well in the playoffs was because of Zealous. That girl popped off hitting 20 plus every night. Like, yo, she was going in. I was so excited for Zealous. I've always liked her. I didn't really know why, because I know she wasn't the most talented player, even on her team, but I just always liked something about her. And she, you know, lit it up, and I was like, woo, Zealous. If she can play like that consistently, then Fever will be okay. If Catchings, Douglas, and Zealous are both all on, shooting good, defense is good, Fever will be okay. As of right now, you guys, I'm not really sure. You know, before I was saying, you know, Dream and Sky will be fighting for the fourth. It might come down to Indiana because of all these injuries, which is really unfortunate. We're just gonna wait and see, guys, because it's not looking too good at all, man. Phoenix. I have made so many videos talking about Phoenix. I've made videos debating about whether or not they should get EDD versus Griner. Finally, we know what the team is. Brittany Griner will have a legacy at the Phoenix Mercury. I made so many videos, I really don't feel like talking about this team again. Let's just cut to the chase and say the obvious. Like I said, you can easily state that the Sparks will be a good team and the Lynx will be a good team this season because that's a fact, you know, based on their previous seasons with pretty much the same players. With just the addition of Brittany Griner alone, it changes the entire Phoenix play. Phoenix runs. Everyone knows there is no defense in Phoenix, okay? You can argue, oh, you know, DT has really good defense. Okay, you're talking about one person. As a team, just like the Phoenix guys team, they don't play defense. They run. Brittany Griner really needs to have been working on her conditioning because this girl is about to get a workout she never felt before. She needs to run. She needs to be down the court, one of the first people down the court, to be honest with you, because this is the WNBA. This is not college. She can't just walk down there whenever she gets ready, sets up, shoots. She's not going to be dunking on every person in the WNBA like college. She needs to be down there. Penny Taylor and Paralysis are going to be throwing her lobs. That's so crazy to hear lobs in the WNBA. As much as you want to try to hate on Griner or not like the Phoenix Mercury, I'm definitely not about to jump on the bandwagon that they have, but it is going to be really interesting just seeing lobs. It really is. But she's not about to be like, you know, killing people in the paint and dunking on them like in college. No, that's not going to happen. Maybe against the Mystics, okay? But it's not going to happen, you know, against good players. You know, honestly, I'm just ready to see Griner versus Candace Parker. It's like, people don't understand, Griner has so much time to grow. Don't just give her, you know, like a ladder to jump all over Tina Charles and Candace Parker. Candace Parker, Tina Charles are going to murder this little girl. Do you understand me? Brittany Griner is tall, but she is not big. She is not buff. Tina Charles is buff. She's going to kill her. Candace Parker is the most versatile center. She is going to kill Brittany Griner. It is going to be hilarious for me because so many people put this child up on this pedestal. She's an amazing player, but people give her time to grow. Right now, she's working with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. What NBA players work with is probably one of the first WNBA players that have gotten able to work with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. She's improving, but she needs time. Understand me, people. She is not going to come out and be this phenomenal player everyone keeps putting her out to be. It's not going to happen. Give her time, people. All I want to say is this, because there's really nothing to talk about with PHX Mercury. Penny Taylor's back. Get ready for that. I know she's so hungry to just get her hands on the ball. I know she's going to go crazy. Just, people need to understand that Phoenix is already going to be in the playoffs with or without Griner. They were already going to be a really good team. All they needed was Diana Taurasi to get the hell off the bench and play since she wasn't injured, okay? But we're past that now. We're past that, okay? Penny Taylor's finally back. I'm not really sure what DeWanna Barnes is going to be doing. She doesn't need to have the ball in her hands at all times anymore, so she's not going to be getting like 20 plus points, but we'll just see how she fits in. My biggest concern, where's Miss Dupree? Where's she at? Because Griner, Dupree, by a raise of hands, how many people think that's a perfect duo down in the paint? I'm just a little concerned about Dupree. She doesn't shoot outside shots like that, so hopefully she's been working on that because the paint belongs to Griner now. That's my only concern. But at the end of the day, it's not even that big of a deal if they don't want to use Dupree as much. I personally don't really see Griner just going out and killing every single night. I think it'll depend on the teams. Like I said, Phoenix, Storm, teams like that, she'll be okay. But I feel like at the end of the day, you need Dupree because she's the veteran. I don't know. It's just going to be... I know most people aren't even concerned about Dupree, but I am. I'm just concerned how Dupree and Griner are going to mix. Dun dun dun. And we saved the best for last. The Washington Mystics. I'm not quite sure how many fans they have out there, considering they have like the lowest attendance in the WNBA. All I know, so if I offend anyone, I really don't mean to. I'm just joking around. All I know is that I don't know what to say about the Washington Mystics. Like, their preseason, nothing looks new. They lost to the Lynx by like 15 plus. Like, I don't know what to say, you guys. But we can talk about their new additions. Like I already said, Jasmine Thomas is gone. She plays for the Dream now. Dream needed a point guard since Lindsay Hardy went to the Sparks. And Kia Vaughn now plays for the Mystics. Yeah, it was like a big thing. A lot of fans are upset. They say Bill Laimbeer kicked her to the curb. Doesn't really matter what people think. She's gone. Ivy Latta, she's one of my closest people. Like, I love Ivy Latta. She has me cracking up on Twitter. I just love that girl. I don't understand why she didn't come to Liberty. If you really want to make it a Shock team, but whatever. It's definitely an improvement. Like, who would you pick? Ivy Latta versus Jasmine Thomas. So they definitely got the better end of that. Ivy Latta's with the Washington Mystics now. She'll be okay. My problem, who else is there? I'm not really sure what Kia Vaughn is going to do. Clearly, Bill Laimbeer didn't want it for a reason. Ajavon, Monique Curry's back. Michelle Snow, with a new hairdo. Like, I really don't know what to say about the Washington Mystics, guys. I try to give every team as much props as I can, and all I can really say is that I'm ready to see what Ivy Latta's gonna do, but I don't see. I mean, they're not going to the playoffs, guys. I'm sorry, like, they're not going to the playoffs, so I'm really not quite sure what to say about the Washington Mystics. I believe that they could possibly have. I don't know gonna say, because I'm not gonna sit here and lie. Oh, they're gonna have more wins than they did last year. I really don't know, you guys. They're not in good shape at all. And people are like, oh, they need to fire the coach. For what, man? For what? And I mean, she already did get fired, but still, it's like, for what? What? There's nothing to say. And I really don't mean to make fun of them. It's just sad. I don't know, guys. I just know my girl Ivory about to do the damn thing. Okay, so I really don't want to make predictions because whenever I make predictions, I like to be right. It's just this season is so crazy on both sides, mainly the West. You don't know how it's going to match up. I'm going to go and say and make the biased pick for the West. My Sparks will be number one. It's number one seed. It's just so much talent. You can look at the Minnesota Lynx roster, the Phoenix Mercury starting lineup, but the actual Sparks roster, especially with the addition of Mathis sitting on the bench. You have Harding, you have Beard, Christy Tolliver, Nneka Ogwumike, Candace Parker. I don't know, you guys. Like, I just really don't know. I don't know. I'm not gonna say that they're number one because hell, the Lynx, you know, Simone Augustus, Lindsay Whalen, Janelle McCarville, Maya Moore. I don't know. It's so crazy, you guys. Penny Taylor, Brittany Griner. Like, I honestly do not know. I think that every single game counts. Every single game. And like I said, the beginning is going to mean the most. They can't let any slip away. I'm losing my voice. I don't know why. What have I been doing? I don't know, you guys. Sparks, this is in no order. Sparks, Mercury, Lynx. Ticket, clinch. They're going to the playoffs. Who's the fourth team? I'm gonna say the Shock. I'm gonna say the Shock. But just keep in mind that I said it first. If the Danielles step up, then they're going to the playoffs. But you never know what Skylar Diggins is going to do. I take that back. I'm going to say the Silver Stars. I don't know, guys. I'm so excited for this season. Okay, heading to the West. Liberty's going just because of their coach. Excuse me. Okay, Bill Laimbeer, Liberty's going, Connecticut is going. Fever's injuries really messed things up for them. I have the Sky going. Yes, Atlanta Deladon's about to go crazy. Fever, not Fever. What did I just say? Damn. Sun, Liberty, and Sky. So the last two teams battling will be the Fever and the Atlanta Dream. Quote me on that. There's so much uncertainty, guys. I'm just so excited. Ready to see Cappy do her thing. I'm ready to see the Sparks, man. I'm ready to see Candace versus Griner. Candace versus Tia Charles again. This is going to be one hell of a year, guys. I'm so excited. Woo! And the best thing is, the Dream have most of their games on the road this year. Yeah, so it's like all the good games for the Dream are when I go back to school. So, yeah, I'm a little upset. And then the few games they do have, I probably can't make because these people have me working mainly weekends. Yeah, my life is great over here. Don't worry about me, guys. I'll catch you guys on live access for $14.99. Bye, guys.